birthday. Hi everyone, it's Dante and welcome back to my channel. It is the first day of October, which means spooky season. So this is a pre-recorded video, so I'm not sure if I announced it yet, but I am doing 31 days of October, which is, you know, every day of October I will be posting a Halloween costume and you can use it for inspiration or even recreate it for Halloween, to go to a party, trick-or-treating, whatever you do on Halloween. For the first day, I knew I had to do something crazy, something extra, something out of this world. So a makeup friend of mine, I am doing a recreation of one of her costumes. I am pretty much more than positive that you have seen her on TikTok. Her name is Sydney Morgan and she is absolutely so talented. Like, it's insane. So Sydney had actually posted this picture on Instagram and I absolutely love it and I cannot wait to recreate it today. So looking at the picture, you can see that she has the crown, the outfit, she has the little bouquet, and obviously the skull makeup, which is like phenomenal. So in this video, you will see me recreate that crown. I actually made it from scratch, like DIY everything. And then after making the crown, you will see me do the makeup and then you will see me prep for the photo shoot. But of course, to actually DIY this, I had to go to Dollar Tree and some other stores to go pick up those items, and I did record it. I was a little nervous that Dollar Tree was going to kick me out for recording in their store, so I didn't really talk much to the camera, but I did try my best to get what I could.
Hey, baby. Hey, no, it's a look.
So we just got a bunch of flowers for the bouquet and for the headpiece, and I also got some yarn for the top of the crown. So now we're entering into Walgreens because I need some eye contact solution and I need to see if they have translucent setting powder. So we just left Walgreens to get my eye contact solution. And while we're in the building, we hear thunder, really loud thunder. And now we're stuck in rain while trying to pick my sister up from her cheer practice, which is
Amazing.
fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Did we know it was there?
No, I didn't know it was gonna rain, but this looks crazy. I think I got it very. So while on my little trip, I did grab some fake flowers. I got some yarn, I got some gems, and we already had these shish kebab sticks. This is what I used for the little like top part of the crown. Yeah. So yeah, I actually I got these from actually my local like corner store. You can get these anywhere you want, honestly, like they're not that hard to find. As for the headband, I just bought any headband at the store. This one, it was actually given to me by my sister, which she didn't want anymore. But you can just go to the store, buy a headband, take off the little like accessories, and then use that as your base for this crown. I also used this mannequin head, and which was gifted to me, so I can do like special effects props on it, like build on here and then paste it on my face. So that's pretty much what I did with the crown. I just used this head to sort of hold the crown so I can place the accessories on top. So the first thing I did with this crown is I actually used the shish kebab sticks and I pretty much glued the base onto the crown, like onto the headband, so they can stick up. I sat it there for about 10 seconds to let it dry and sit, and then I would let it go to see if it was nice and secure. Once I saw that it was nice and secure where it was, I just applied a little bit more glue on top to really secure it. Once putting the first one on the top of the middle, I pretty much just followed it on the sides and just try to evenly put space in between all of them. That part wasn't as difficult. It was actually placing the accessories that was a little bit more on the difficult side. But overall, like, this crown did take a really long time. Next, I pretty much just added the flowers onto the crown in between the shish kebab sticks, so you can sort of like just hide the base of where the glue was. So I pretty much just pulled off the flower because at the Dollar Tree, these are actually detachable, so you don't have to take scissors and just like struggle with cutting them off. And when you pull them off, they actually... Oh, okay. And when you pull them off, there's actually like a little tiny stem at the bottom of the flower, in which I pretty much use that to put the glue there and then glue it on top of the crown, or at least like in between the little shish kebab sticks. From there, I pretty much just added a bunch of flowers in between the sticks just so I can hide the base of the sticks, and then I just stacked the flowers on top of each other. What I did was I just put a flower on top, like in a placement before gluing it, just to see if it looked good there, and then if I liked it, I permanently glued it there. When gluing the second layer of flowers, do not be afraid to stuff them in the crown because you want them to be as deep in there as possible, so it's easier for you to glue the back part into the actual crown. The further stuffed the flower is into the crown, the more secure it will be when you place it on your head. For this project, I did use hot glue because personally I think it just fit a lot better with this crown because you really want it to be secure. But if you do plan on working this, I do recommend to be careful because the hot glue did burn my fingers a few times and it was not fun. Alright, so this is what we have so far. It is currently almost 2 in the morning and I am not even close to done yet. But yeah, this is the end of day 1. Here's what we got so far. And yeah, I love it so far. This thing is huge, you guys. Like, and I like that it's not heavy at all. At least right now it's not. But yeah, this is what we got. This is the progress we made. So yeah, I will see you guys on day 2. Next, I grabbed the white yarn for the fake spiderwebs at the top of the crown, and I pretty much just sort of went with whatever shape I could. And then at the top, I sort of made like these little C or U shapes and glued it that way because, you know, that's what spiderwebs look like. They have that U shape kind of thing. When building the crown, I actually noticed that with the yarn, you can actually like strip the pieces down and get thicker strings. So at the bottom of the crown, I had the thicker pieces of yarn, and then going towards the top, they just got thinner and thinner. If I remember correctly, I think this crown took about 3 days to actually finish because I wanted it to be very secure when placing it on my head. And it worked out in the end because it does fit on my head. So it is actually day 3 right now, and I totally forgot to show you guys my progress from day 2, but this is what we've done so far. I basically added just the webs at the bottom. I still need to do more like all the way up here, but that's the progress that we made, and I'm really liking it so far. But let's see what we accomplished tonight for day 3 and see what happens. After finishing up the yarn, I pretty much just took the bigger pieces of gems inside of my little collection and then just glued them right on top of where there was leftover or excess glue or anything that I actually just wanted to hide on the crown that didn't really look that great. And yeah, I just pasted the little gems there and then followed it around on every single stick. This step is pretty much up to you and where you want to place your gems, so go wild with it, do whatever you like. Now onto the makeup. I will be using the Athena face paint palette, and I'm just going to be using the white shade to cover my entire face and neck. And remember to always pat in the makeup, do not scrub. Now I'm just taking some white translucent setting powder and setting in my face paint. This is just to make sure that our makeup stays intact and that while we're doing details, our makeup will not smudge. After painting my face, I started to bring that down all the way to my neck. And of course, setting that with powder just like we did with our face. Now going back in with the Athena paint palette, I will be taking the black shade and just using a tiny thin brush to do some fine details. When drawing the details, I pretty much followed the reference photo, but if you are recreating this at home, you do not have to copy me exactly. You can be as creative as you want and do whatever you like. After drawing out the eyes, I pretty much went into the Morphe X Avani palette, dipped into the black eyeshadow, and filled in my eye sockets. To make the eye sockets a lot darker, I did add some black face paint into, the little circle. But when I did do that, I applied black eyeshadow on top to set it in. Then I grabbed a small detail brush and filled in any little crooks and crannies. After that, I pretty much worked on the nose bone. I did continue using the small detailed brush to fill in the black areas because when I tried using a bigger brush, it didn't work that well, so sticking with the smaller brush for smaller holes is a lot better. After working on the nose, I did add a few details under the eyes, and then right after I started working on the cheekbones. For this part, I did try my best to actually follow my natural cheekbone, and after outlining, I just filled everything in with black paint. After filling in those two parts, I then connected them both to my mouth with a thin line. After drawing that line, I then started to draw in the sharp teeth. After the teeth, I then used an eyeshadow brush, dipped into some black eyeshadow, and used that to add dimension to my teeth to make them look a little bit more realistic. After this part, I realized that my skull looked a little bit bland, so I decided to add a few more details under the eyes and around my face to add a little bit of dimension. After finishing up the face, I started to work down to my neck and draw the neck bone. I used the same detailed brush and the same black paint to outline everything. After outlining everything, I just took some of that black paint and a mixture of black eyeshadow and just filled in the rest of the spots that I did not outline. I then dipped into the Cool Cats Cosmetics E-Girl palette, used the black shade and applied it over top of the face paint to make it look a lot darker and add a lot more dimension and illusion. I then took two holographic glitters, one from NYX and the other from Glitter Rituals, and applied that on top of my black spaces. Then I used a lash glue and pasted some gemstones around my eyes because we wanted to look nice and glamorous. I then applied my Anastasia mascara, and for lashes, I will be using the Modelo lashes from Vevi's Beauty. So this is the makeup and then the crown together, and now I'm just gonna move on to taking some photos. Alright you guys, so that is the end for today's video for the first Halloween costume. I hope you all enjoyed. Sydney, if you're watching this, I love you. I love all of your makeup looks and you are super talented, and also just thank you for watching. All of my social media will be down in the description below if you would like to see some extra looks that haven't appeared on my channel, or if you just want to see some behind the scenes. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Halloween video. Let me know if you guys are excited for this series in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!